But you can't pray away the gay.
Calliope Efigenia Torres.
You can't pray away the gay!
Hi and welcome back. I'm Shirley. June is Pride Month and I am going to explore some of my favorite LGBTQAI plus stories on TV. On the 5th episode of the 6th season of Grey's Anatomy, Calliope Callie Torres, played by Sarah Ramirez, receives a visit from her father Carlos, played by Hector Elizondo. And what he says to her when they meet reflects how much he misses her, how much he is grieving the rift between them.
Calliope, we used to talk. Every Sunday we used to talk. I'd wait for your call and you'd tell me everything, all about your crazy adventures. Even when you were in trouble, you'd still call. And we worked it out. We'd always work it out, Mia.
The way she responds shows us that she missed him too, and of course she did.
Daddy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry things got so... But the fact that you came...
But then she finds out he came with a friend.
Daddy, is that Father Kevin?
Hello, Calliope.
This response,
Are you... two here to... You think you can pray away the gay?
We can just sit and talk.
Or you can't pray away the gay.
Calliope Efigenia Torres.
You can't pray away the gay!
shows us how much she is longing for his acceptance, how much he is grieving not having it. When they finally sit down to talk,
I mean, you're supposed to love me, no matter what. That's what a parent does.
you can hear his fear for her.
I love you with all my heart. I'm scared for you. It's an abomination. It's an eternity in hell. I don't understand what happened or where I went wrong.
And they go into this epic quote battle.
Thou shalt not lie with a man as one lies with a female.
Don't do that,
It
Daddy.
is
Don't
an
quote the
abomination.
Bible at me.
The outcry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and the sin is exceedingly grave.
Carlos, this is not what we...
Jesus, a new commandment that I give unto you, that you love one another.
Romans. But we know that the law...
Jesus, he who is without sin among you, let him cast the first stone.
So you admitted to sin.
Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Jesus, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Jesus, blessed are those who have been persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Jesus is my Savior, Daddy, not you. And Jesus would be ashamed of you for judging me. He would be ashamed of you for turning your back on me. He would be ashamed.
Did you hear her grief at the end of it? When she realizes her father, her dad, is not accepting who she is? Parents are afraid of their children not being accepted and facing difficulties, either religiously, socially, or both. And this fear is a self-fulfilling prophecy because they are then the first to reject their children and create this difficulty. And when parents succumb to that fear, it can end up like it almost ended for Callie and her father.
Well, at least now I can move on with my life. Stop entertaining any thoughts of actually getting back together with my family. I don't need a father. I don't. Not one who won't accept me.
So what can we do better? Because this is what hope culture is all about, right? We need to create a society in which parents don't have to fear for their kids because of who the kids are. But until we do that, there are smaller steps we can take. When we approach these family systems, we need to remember what Arizona, played by Jessica Capshaw, reminded Callie.
He hasn't done anything here. You're the one who changed the game. You did men your whole life. You loved men. You even married one. You want to talk about 30 years of relationship? You know, he's been consistent for 30 years. And all of a sudden, you're a whole new girl.
Parents find out that they have children who are different than who they thought the kids are. And they are both afraid and confused and somewhat grieving the loss of who they thought they were raising. But then Arizona also talks to Carlos.
When my father, Colonel Daniel Robbins of the United States Marine Corps, heard that I was a lesbian, he said he only had one question.
And what she says to him holds two extremely important questions that we can ask parents. The first is,
Are you still who I raised you to be?
and more often than not, the answer is,
She's who you raised her to be.
the second question is,
And my father is not a man who bends, but he bent for me because I'm his daughter.
are you willing to bend for your child? As usual, I am very interested in your opinions and your experiences. This video series is probably not comprehensive, so if there is any storyline you would like me to explore, please drop it in the comments. I promise to respond to each and every one. Thank you for watching and make this a wonderful day.